Well, Happy New Year, my friends. This is, of course, Gamer 1745 here with a live stream on the new year. Let's make sure the audio is off there. Yeah, that is good. And we're going to be doing a special live invading of France. And yes, Arno is first. He was waiting and waiting for me, I guess, because I am a few minutes late to go live. Hello, my friend. I hope life finds you well this year. Right, we're going to be invading France, playing Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice, and I'll be talking a little more detail about it once we get making the episode. And hello, Eric. Good. Good. I hope this new year is great for all of us. And I do mean that. And thanks for hosting, Arna. It does help a lot. Right. Okay. A little bit in this format. Over that in a moment here. Okay. An episode, I guess. Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745, and we're going to be invading France. Yes, a fall gelb is coming, and I'll be talking about my plans for it. But before we get into that, hey, beginning of the year, if you're new here, please subscribe. And you can hit that like button, even those live on YouTube. You can do that now, or on Twitch. We just like to have you around, so please follow the channel. Right, okay. The situation is this. It is May 19th, obviously, up here. We have invaded Norway. Now, there's a few little problems with Germany and Black Ice. They have some great techs here, but unfortunately, you need landing craft, and landing craft take quite a while. Now we've got some, and they're sort of expensive to build because they're meant to be more than just the landing craft. They're the support ships that go along with it, and we really can't easily or readily come up and invade up here. Terribly effective. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's difficult. So I've taken out Denmark, and I've done a parachute landing over here in how do you pronounce this? Kristiansand, and then I did a quick shuffle of some divisions across there and spreading out here, pushing up there. Once I get maybe up to Trondheim, I will then try another naval invasion up to here. So we're still playing that. Now we've got a nice little naval battle going on out here. And hello, Rick, how you doing? Do you play War Thunder as well? Which premiums do you recommend? Yes, play a lot of War Thunder. We will be playing live tomorrow, I hope. War Thunder. Well, that's a big question. There's a lot of good premiums. I like the Panzer 470A. That's really good as a premium tank destroyer or a real good penetration low BR. So that's something. Well, yes. And hello, Eagle 6. How you doing? So yeah, I'm not going to do too big of an evaluation right now, but come back tomorrow. I mean, hang around, Rick, but we can talk more details and maybe even play War Thunder, because I will be playing with all the viewers as well. Right. I'm still playing with Black Ice 11, not 11.1 that's come out, just because need to start over to do that, and I haven't yet. This seems very stable, very good on the whole. Third Reich events does change things, though. Um, in some significant ways, they can be undone if you don't like you want to play Third Reich events, but don't like the changes. You don't have to have all of my changes in there to do that. Right, I'm going to move you back to here. I want to hold that. So we are looking at that is the Denmark situation. So what I'm going to do here is use these liners which move fast. Yes, Happy New Year. Turn to, and you can see they've been shot up a little bit because we have, I'm going to, do we want to watch this as a bombing? I've moved a lot of air power up here to be able to really try to push. They got HMS Courageous carrier, Devonshire heavy destroyer, and some light cruisers. B3. That's naval battle going on, but let's look at our right here. We'll start doing elite commando unit improvements and submarine crew berthing. Doubt that doesn't open up any other. Yeah, there we go. Do that. So I'm using motor torpedo boats. I'm going to use them up, meaning they're going to be eventually destroyed as a hitting and hopefully taking out. Because when they come into battle, it allows a lot of the air to come in as well and do a lot of damage to the enemy shipping. So we have this port here. We don't. Oh, am I flying air supply? Probably not. No, we need to air supply up into there. That everyone is moving. Hello, Road Manor. How you doing? Happy New Year. So we'll do some air supply to keep these guys going. Yeah. Christian Sands, that's probably our best bet. Oh, probably going on to the wrong ships. Let's move these out here. Hopefully they'll survive the move without too close of an escort. Well, mentioning that, where are my... Right here. Okay, that's, yeah, pretty close. But escort, we'll get to the France really soon. Okay, they've left the port. Can I get a third division here on board? Yes, I don't want, well, no, I don't want to lose a division if we lose a transport. We're going to rebase so that if there's a battle going on, we can choose not to immediately go out there. Well, I hope your new year hasn't been bad yet. It's just started. Okay, so that is going to keep going. We need to watch that. Now, let me explain some of my tactical plans here. I don't know if they're going to work well or not, but I've created something I don't like doing. It's not entirely unrealistic, but it's somewhat. I've created basically a fortress busting division here. They definitely did do attachments to divisions, like Strum Pioneer Battalion 43, I presume, really did exist. They did have elite type, units like that in the German army that would get temporarily attached to divisions. Now I've removed the, oh yeah, I don't know if I should remove the horse transport. I removed the reconnaissance because that just speeds it up, because this isn't going to move anywhere. As you can see, if we were going to move it to this other province, well, let's see, June 24th, 1940, it's going to take over a month to get to the next province with this if we move this regularly. Because of the railway. So we're going to have to strategically move it. Gun. This railway gun does basically no damage. And does, soft attack. But what it does do is like forward attack. It's a multiplier to the other units within this division, not other units stacked with it, but other units in this division of 290% on fort attack, urban attack 210%. So it is a force multiplier, and that's what it's meant to be. This here, elite pioneer battalion, yeah, has 30 soft attack, which is very good, but it also is another multiplier by 75%. We have heavy artillery instead of regular artillery with this division. So you have a 138% multiplier. And these are all sort of, don't ask me to do math even anytime, but sort of worked out along with other multipliers which may not be good and averaged out. So they all sort of average out. But you got a lot of help here for attacks and movements against forts and cities primarily. So what I'm hoping to do is take Maastricht here, come over to Hasselt, and then maybe up to Leuven here, and be able to bombard these forts and cities with this sort of super division. We've also got von Manstein over here, who's also a fortress buster trait. Now, he has a fortress buster trait, and he has fortress buster traits. So they're all, force multiplying this. And he has a heavy armored regiment as part of his division, an extra added attachment. So get him across the river so there's no river crossing penalties for his division as well. And pound on Liège, Namur, Brussels, and Antwerp. And really be able to put in some extra heavy firepower, if you will, on these, because these can be a real bitch to take. And these Sturm Pioneer and Commandos are like the, are meant to sort of give the effects that you see with the Ebenemal airborne assault of, airborne pioneers or combat engineers that took that fortress out. And that's what that's meant to sort of simulate here. And it is best to attack. I mean, sometimes these units are attached to the higher HQ, and I bring the higher HQs into combat just to get these guys directly into combat as well. But I think it's best to put them into a division like this. And also, and I've played out the early phases of this, so part of this is in essence a replay. I'm also going to move these guys up here because these two brigades here also have pretty good fort attack. The Waffen SS here, so that's also going to come in here. And urban, it's also good on urban attack, I believe. Where maybe not, I don't know. Do we have an? Yeah. Urban attack, it's just only minus 5%. Okay. So they're going to come in here and really sort of mess with it. Well, they're using the Neubartfahrzeug as a graphical, or what's up here. But I think that's just sort of immersion. I think it has heavier armor, because if you know about the Neubartfahrzeug, it does not have heavy armor. It has barely standard armor. But you know, so we're going to have that be ready to advance into there. So I'm going to let this unit get in here before we kick that off. And so you can look here, this unit here is moving at 10 kilometers an hour, and so is this one. It's moving slow because these auxiliary vessels are stacked with it. And that means if you use those and move anything, you will get in multiple combats here. You can't run past blockades, if you will. But using these liners, you're at 18 kilometers an hour, and you might be able to avoid engagements, or if you get into them, oh, they're storming our beach. That's what I was expecting. So we're coming back into there, and you stop there. If you're playing Black Ice, um, the German light vehicle is air transportable, air droppable, but it takes a lot of weight here that makes not necessarily you don't necessarily have enough aircraft to move them. So I dropped them without the light vehicles, and then later shipped them across and give to speed them up. Um, you know, my friend D Safe, who's becoming one of the great developers of Black Ice, or is the great developer now of Black Ice, sort of was surprised that one of the units was doing what it was supposed to do. And we can't have that. I hope they're going to readjust it, or I'll have to go in. Special purpose armor is called special purpose armor in Black Ice because it isn't just amphibious armor. It sort of starts out and use icons for amphibious armor, but it very quickly got air droppability, and so it's very light. It's expensive. It's not very good armor, so it's not like you're putting proper armor divisions anywhere. But it is air droppable, and that's why they went with the generic name special purpose armor instead of amphibious armor, because it is air mobile as well. So we can see here, I think we've lost a few because none of my original motor torpedo boats were just 2 units. They're going on, but that's again to hopefully pin them in location. To then have these guys come in and come bomb the hell out of these British units. Lots and lots of airstrikes. So yes, I'm using up the... Yeah, see, like I said, I'm using up... We only took out... In the naval battle, because there's also an air battle going on, I don't know how if they've lost any of the air battle. But we lost a lot of those. Do I have more producing? Yes, good. I have some more producing. Let's just here. So is this almost... Yes. There. Okay. Let's... don't know. That should be attached to... That'll be fine. I want to get through Belgium fast. Very fast, hopefully. No, I like the motor torpedo boats. They're doing pretty good, I think. Oh, you should, yeah, just stop convoy raiding, stay in harbor. We've been messed up and lost a few units. And they're cheap, small vessels. Yeah, just go back and if you can survive back into the port. Probably not. Well, you made it. Good. Your division's going to defend there. Good. You supply over there a little bit. Yeah, they're getting involved in action. The Deutschland, the Scheer, the Strasway, oh, the Hipper's being hit hard. I lose the Hipper. Not what I want. Didn't want a naval battle. 11%. Going for the liners a bit. Okay, looks like we made it through. They lost a destroyer, light cruiser, and a destroyer. And we did what was important of getting 2 more divisions here. Okay, you attack there. Now actually you come to here, you attack there. Cover that. And you guys press into Oslo, get us another port. There. Just come that way. Yeah, not bad. The naval operations well. We lost quite a lot of ships against Norway. Oh, yes, it did in real life. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't need to replicate all the mistakes. But the point of playing these games. Okay, I think we're ready to go for this. So, first we're going to hit Blitzkrieg. New decision there, and then we're going to hit the Fall Gelb, which will auto-declare war on these little nations. Okay, so we're now here. The attack, I know it's just coming after a fairly weakish unit, but now I've also set up some units here to have some better river assault and urban assault to get into Amsterdam. Right through the swamp. I think from earlier playing that's probably the best. Unattacked, but being hit from 2 directions. We have, and again, okay, another announcement if you haven't caught it. Black Ice return. It's not Black Ice. Third Reich Events returns the 8th Brigade division. Black Ice main team decided to go down to 7. My justification for returning it is twofold. One, it matches history to a significant degree. That's a big thing. And 2, it's these things here, these transport units. They take high casualties. I love the concept of them, but I don't know if they should have been implemented and you just had, standard artillery, towed artillery, whatever for some of these other units and just have more units in here. What I have done, and I have not really gone in and looked yet if it's working right, but I have gone in and I talked to a surgeon, and we did some research. The AI for Britain and for the U.S. it starts out as early on as 7 brigades making divisions. Then it switches to making 8 brigade divisions, because that again matches what we feel is history. So you will be facing an AI that a little earlier for Britain, a little later for the U.S., just because they're entering the war later, will be making fairly powerful divisions. The Soviets had very weak divisions and lots of divisions. And also, at all human players, for whatever country you're playing with, will have the ability to make an 8 brigade division. So human players, if you're playing a country, you'll have that. A decision will pop up if you want 8 brigade divisions. Just click yes, and you'll have that choice. So humans can always make the choice. Whatever tiny, big, you don't like the Soviet way, you want to make big divisions, great, go for it. Soviets mid late war did have some big divisions, but they were the Guards divisions that were sort of formed, and we think that's probably bad for the AI because they have such a big front. If they make too many big divisions, it doesn't cover things as well. So again, the human can do it, the AI doesn't, but most divisions in the Soviets were sort of brigades that were called divisions, is sort of the thing. Early on, actually, before the Winter War, and maybe even a bit before that, Soviets had a lot of big divisions, but after all the officer purges and then trying in the Winter War, the skill levels of the commanders were pretty poor, and then with the oversight of the commissars made everything worse. So they went down to smaller divisions, basically. Yeah. So yeah, and early on the Americans started out with big divisions too, but go down to smaller divisions, but have a lot of support units on what's going on. So America does have big divisions later on, but Japan also had big divisions, infantry divisions, but in looking into them, they did not have a lot of support units that are in the game, things like anti-tank units and specialty rockets, and didn't have a lot of for a lot of divisions didn't have anti-aircraft, any significant amounts of anti-aircraft guns. And a lot of infantry divisions would also not just have like a cavalry reconnaissance, they call it a regiment here, but it's not a regiment, it's more like a battalion or company or something in strength. But they actually would have a proper cavalry regiment as part of an infantry division. But without the supporting units, you can easily recreate that as a 7 brigade division. And again, Japan is either facing very large fronts in China and other places, or needs to sort of spread out on a lot of islands. So again, with history, even though they were big, they can be represented. Oh, and of course, if you don't know, you can come here and want to make and plus your strengths up, so that the an infantry brigade is larger, that has more manpower, so can take more casualties. So if you want to, and I have not looked into these other nations as to see what settings they have, just there's a lot to dig into, and so there's that way of simulating large Japanese divisions, say, without the support brigade. So we did not tell the AI to build that. What's Rick saying here? Order battle was fun as well. I completed. Oh, cool. Yeah. Capturing Moscow. Yeah. Oh, I love Order of Battle. That is nice. I've, of course, played a lot of that. Rarely get to finish a whole pack. There's nothing new to come out, and I got other shiny things to play. So yeah, so we've gone to 8 brigades. I hope it works well. I hope it gives mid-late war challenges of having good, strong U.S. and British divisions battling the Germans. So we've fired Fall Gelb. So we have these units here. push there. Didn't move him out. Maybe should have. I don't know. He's going to move up like that. He's going to move like that. That should give the Dutch up there a lot to think about. Now down here, they've nicely, very nicely, moved everything out of Maastricht. I don't know if there's some German collaborators in Dutch High Command or what, but that is very, very nice of them. We're going to make sure that we hit them hard. Fast. Now we've got to hit this big lump of units here. It's going to take a while to grind through them. We'll move past into here with that. Another fortress. And move these guys into pin forces there to keep them from coming out. They will get good to attack. Some of these units, like the Rommel there, I want to have them leap out once that attack is taken out. We're going to make a foolish attack here. Not this. 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 And you'll support this attack. This is a foolish attack, I know so. I wish there was you could do more of a pinning attack. I want to pin all these forces, but they're behind a huge Maginot Line wall, so they're not going to go anywhere fast. So I'm going to try to pour forces right through here, across Sedan and in around, and do a mix. Some of it to head up through here, sort of, traditional Volgelb, because Volgelb was designed, originally they were going to do a, you know, oh, leaf and plan reduct. I'll do it again. Smash around a wheel around through here and circle around. You know, it was more complex than that. That's what it was going to be. When those plans fell into the hands of the enemy, they needed to think of something new. So they decided to, start the war, do a push up here for sure, and hope that the great bulk of the reserve of the French army and the British army would come up into here, and then start to smash through here afterwards. This was a delayed attack, if you will. I'm not doing that, obviously. I'm attacking day 1, hour 1 here. And I know they're going to move a lot of forces up. It's going to take a while for me to get through here. And that's going to be okay, I hope. And I want to come through here, so we're going to come up and push, sort of classic there, but also push towards Paris and push down here to try to keep them from moving too much of these forces. They've also been attacking over here. I failed to mention that, but whatever. To push into here and sort of trap these forces where they are. That's the plan here. Bombing. So let's make sure all of our fighters are coming up over here. And we should be. Now, I don't know if I have much. No, it doesn't look like it. I've been using a lot of my bombers as anti-shipping bombers. It looks like, yeah. I really do. Oh, I may have some way out over here. Yes, I should have moved these guys. Okay, yeah, these guys here. We'll bomb. Need to get these Stukas up close. I mean, just these guys a bit longer so we can have them a little further back. Probably HE, what are they? Yeah, HE 111s. Could have been moved over earlier if I was playing a bit more carefully. These guys out here bombing these invading vessels. Hope to take out a bunch. First aid has improved. Let that continue. Cruiser fire control, that will help once it gets upgraded. It's grayed out, it looks like. Objects as it is. Okay, so most all of these are green except for here. We can add another division, I guess. Okay, so we've pinned down that big mess of units. You guys come through like that. back into Liège. Bombing us. Okay, well, let's get out from under the bombing. Belgium. But there, also Galland is shooting down the enemy. We'll deal with the overly big Belgian army. Their attacks do help. I have no idea if they're going to bring, and it would only be Hearts of Iron 4, of course. I have no idea if they're planning on doing to a PS4 or not. Have they brought any of the Paradox games to PS? Any of them? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Okay, I think we should probably put in an armor division into this attack. Yeah, that changed the whole thing. Coming in there. Oh, this looks like it's maybe almost undefended. Oh boy. Well. Move forward. Liège is skillfully undefended. That'll be very helpful for us. Yeah, well, it looks like we are attacking into there. Wow, without Maastricht being defended, this has really changed things unexpectedly. For the good, but unexpectedly. Just one in Belgium. Good, and we're pinning our forces down here. Let's do that. See, yeah, I want him to come into here and attack down into another fortified attack. This is also a sort of stupid attack, if you will. Because it's against a fortified position, but I want to pin anything here from coming up and attacking me, because I'm right now moving through a very narrow corridor, and they can stop all movement just by their stupid attacks, if you will. I don't really know how far I should be drawing my attack lines, if you will. You know, how optimistic, attack down into here. How forward thinking I should plan. really is Sedan if you can get across there. You can start really punching deep. Okay, now here, the way we need to do is strategically remove this. It's going to be slow once we get it there. Hey, IKB, been a while. Good to have you here, my friend. Happy New Year. Putting a huge amount of forces in there, and that's worth it. Stepped out of the battle, yeah. See right here, they're moving up these guys. I want to specifically use and them attack right down into there. Good. Armored HQs, nice. Doesn't really matter, I'm not playing this long term. We conquered Belgium. Well, Luxembourg, sorry. Luxembourg, not Belgium yet, boy. Not that going that fast. You also are going to move fast, hopefully, and get in there. Block these forces. Duchies. Okay, my plan was to move this division around that way, but since Liège looks like it's going to fall early, we're gonna shift a little bit and push into there. They just don't seem to be able to get the AI to like plan that, even though this province is friendly, it's not well defended to, you know. God, if they just let us have a nice human interface set up to program defensive plans, you could do this so much better. And you can even have it a bit randomized, you know, have like 5 or 10 defensive plans for Belgium and have it weighted. Well, this one, you know, there's a 50% chance of being used because it's sort of considered the best. But just so it's not always the same, have, you know, 5 other plans or something that each a 10% chance of being used, and could be good. Would be good. But no, they're smarter than that. They can do better. Uh-huh. Okay, these guys here are now going to attack there, while these guys try to race across. Oh, are they already in battle? Oh, we lost this battle. Oh, there. Okay, there are these. We might as well push into here if we can. Yeah, maybe into Namur if it's undefended enough. I'm not expecting it, but you never know. That division, this division into there. Just keep spinning, and that one as well. Save this. Everything's going good. The new Black Ice is very stable compared to some of the earlier versions. Very good. Well, I want to keep these episodes short, so we're going to end this here. Not the live stream, guys. You can all hang out. But those watching later on YouTube, I want to thank you so much. I hope the new year is doing well for you. It'll be a few days in by the time you see this. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll be doing great things this year on the channel. So see you next time for more, yes, even more Hearts of Iron. Okay, I'm going to get something to drink, guys. Still sort of waking up a bit, and I'll be back in just a moment, and we will continue this. Do not worry. I will be right back. Back. All right. Well, looks like we have a lot of red here, but I think we're doing well, actually. How are we doing up here? It's looking okay. Oh, good. You. Uh, you can head this way into the mountain. You keep coming up. Go around like that. Let's get there because I don't want reinforcements getting in. If I can help it. You come back there now that we got a bit of coastline. Okay, that's Norway done. Well, let's start the episode, another episode here. Welcome back to 2021, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745, and we are invading France. I'm recording this a little differently in that I'm live on YouTube. Tube here is not terribly different, I guess, but so we are invading. There's a lot of red here, but these are pinning attacks. This is going to bust through any moment, so that's going to do well, I think. I want to keep these units moving forward as much as I can. But I also don't really want to get them, all of them, into action right away. You to come through and then up to here. And those forces there. Shifted some. These guys should shift up to here. Engines from that. I don't really care at the moment too much. Let's just this is really the key right here. We're pushing through Arlen. I think maybe you should. New ace has entered the battlefield. Bernard Barkhorn. Don't know much about him. Most of those guys are from the forward here somewhere, huh? Sort of a super unit here. Let's get you. We have another one with. Well, yeah, Eric Hartman. Now I know a bit more about him. Technical equipment, good. Yeah, it's these forces that are dribbling in that are slowing me up. Out that I'm hoping to stop. I want that to happen. There we go. We're there at least. Now, now let's all these guys move, but we have another division there. Just not watching it close enough. Come on, pin the attack. Pin them. You two. Keep them pinned. You guys go, go, go. Good idea. They've broken, it looks like, there, so means that haven't attacked. Go, go, go. And maybe before it's heavily reinforced, we'll see. Here. Info and okay. And up here. Oh, they're defending against but these guys. They run out of logs. Okay. Where am I? Supply. There we are. Supply them. Mentioning supplies. Let's deal with this thing. Okay. Don't need that. Close. Oh, well, we'll do a keep here. Don't really want to lose trips to enemy subs, and we would eventually. I'll figure it out. Another Okay, lovely. Just what I don't need, but okay. Here now. Just into the theater. We'll sort you out later. Move you to rear area control. You did your duty of trying to pin these forces. Here. Um, yeah, I guess attack here. Let's see if we can work that out quickly. And well, long, so 9 hours. Had a major victory here somewhere. Not that. Okay. I'm sure probably not. Villars. Okay, that just broke. Very good. That just worked. But now that's going to be a bit of a... Oh, the major defeat. Over here. Okay. Yeah, this. No. This attack there. Okay, just defeated. Um, we're doing everything we can to keep these horses here moving as best we can. Yeah, I don't want them defending. Yeah, no. Okay. No, I'm not scientific about this, as I think you can tell. I sort of go by feel, looking at the units and what we got here. Hey, Harry, how you doing, my friend? I hope the new year's going to do well for you. Okay, looks like we're pushing our way through Sudan. Here. How are we doing? Okay, you can join that fight. You can push. Oh, oh, you're right. Oh, okay. They were attacking while you're attacking. Oh, well, good, I would say. Okay, you guys can attack, so you can move up, put those guys there, and you can come. Yeah, this is really slow in here. Okay, now that we've got here, you can push this way. Those guys will be just collapsing soon, hopefully. Trying to push me back across the Sudan. I don't think it'll work, but we'll see. No, not that we got all those across. You just come to here and then hit. Been good. Don't really celebrate New Year's that much. Yeah, me neither. Used to work a lot of New Year's in the past. It was fun enough, I guess. You're right here with it being one province deep. As long as they're able to do an attack, they're able to stop my progress. Not that they're defeating me or they're even doing much harm to me, it's just slowing me up. And here that these guys too. Yeah, that's 4. So that would be good for these guys to strike into. And these guys will just support the attack, so they'll stay there and hold the open. Well, yeah, this isn't World of Blaze. Reasons, Ari, I won't go into right now. That just it's not good that I'm just not prepared switching over games at the moment. I know you're lobbying for Hoi 4, but today is a Hoi 3 day. Air support, yes, we're using some. Um, that one we're not, but we've been ground. Okay, we could shift that. Don't want to use it over AA provinces. Don't need to use it up that way. I don't coordinate air support well. I'll admit that readily. I can do a better job of it. Pushed into here, good. Yeah, let's just keep cutting off aid going up to the Dutch up in Amsterdam. This attack here has taken long enough that they've been able to reinforce into Liège. But it's still going okay, I guess. I'm not stopping the attack. Alrighty, asked to join the Axis. Well, welcome aboard, guys. Now we have more friends down here. I'm sure that'll be a good choice. Joining the Axis will work out great. Yes, we will have oil now. Major victory, good. Oh, down here, yeah, we've been defending for a long time. Yeah, okay, what we need to do here is convoy routes to there. Let's cancel that so that we're just running supplies to here and using air supply. So they won't hopefully cut off too much, lose too many of our transport. I'm going to move you right back to that naval province. They seem to like coming there. Their army, okay. Odd, medium popularity, okay, yeah. I want to cover this a little bit. Some of the changes. And we want to they have now increased these. I'm not sure exactly what version they increased all these in, but as you get more and more of the core access countries, you can see down here, um, somewhere in here, maybe it's up here. I don't know. Where's core access here? Oh, here. Okay. So you got the you can hover over here to see what nations caused it, but these are the effects. National revolt risk, supply throughput, ruling party support, more oil, energy, and whatnot, and all these. So it really does help you out. And because we got the oil refinery down here, right there, we now get 15% more oil. So that will help greatly. But for now, we don't need to worry about resources. We've got lots of all resources, and we're going to get even more once we take out the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. Basically, more resources than we can handle, literally. We did them in a trick. Yes, you can hear it. Hacking. You don't like it. And here there's shattered hacking down into here. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Living in a diktat. Okay, we're gonna do that. Keep Hungary happy. Piss off Romania. What can they do about it? They're being squeezed between two possible. Okay, we lost destroyer and a motor torpedo boat. They lost a destroyer. Okay, so this didn't go so well. So they brought in something really big. Well, then we'll use the port maybe. Okay. Two. And these submarines. I think the subs would do better supporting light vessels. I was also hoping these guys would get munched a bit better from the air attack. Well, a lot of air going on up here. Oh, the Ark Royal. They're getting. Oh, that just took a unit out. Unfortunately, I don't have a good setting for getting reporting of air attacks against naval units, but we are doing a bunch of those. Well, they must have pounded this pretty hard with air. There. Units not, not to, You should not just be sitting somewhere. Cannons, nice. Don't need them just now. Alright, well, yeah, you surprisingly got through faster than some of the other units. And you're sitting there to just hold that open. The rest are hopefully moving on. Von Grimm. Without Googling, of course. Hello. I'm going to butcher this, I'm sure. Gon Cal. Oh, Graka. Careful, bicycle battalions, yeah. Does anybody know what's sort of special or interesting about Von Grimm? Without Googling, I know you could Google it, but anybody know? You know of at least two sort of interesting factoids or facts about him. At least I think they're interesting. Yeah, we'll take that. Another Mountain Division, nice. And Air Force. HQ, so that's good. No one knows who Von Grimm really was. Okay, interesting. Like to learn what the knowledge base of that. No idea whose name this that. Okay, well, Von Grimm, the guy running that thing. When Goering falls out of favor in the last days of the Reich, he is dismissed from all posts for being a traitor or whatever. Von Grimm is put in charge of the Luftwaffe, so he is the final commander of the Luftwaffe. He gets his appointment in the bunker, in the Fuhrer bunker, and Berlin is surrounded. And, well, you know, he needs to try to run the Luftwaffe. Can't quite do it from the Fuhrer bunker. So, they have a very few airplanes left in Berlin at this point. And actually, sort of right around where this Brandenburg Gate is a sort of a long street in a park area. You played War Thunder. You played in a version of it that's all blown up. Well, it was sort of being blown up at the time, but they were using that street as a bit of an air base, air run. And so they wanted to get von Grimm out so that he could try to run whatever was left of the Luftwaffe. Berlin's already surrounded at this point. There isn't going to be much of the Luftwaffe left, but I guess he wanted the job. So they get Hannah Reich, the female pilot, in a Storch, one of those little observation planes that they had warehoused in the center of Berlin there. I think a few other little airplanes warehoused there. And it's one of the last flights out of Berlin that she, under enemy gunfire, in the middle of the day, all the Soviets, million plus Soviets surrounding Berlin, takes off and they fly out. There's two people crammed in this little Storch, and they take off and they fly these little flimsy aircraft and fly low out over Berlin and get him out. She gets out and she survives the war, and so does he. And he runs the Luftwaffe for a week or a month or something like that. The last commander of the Luftwaffe up until the end of the war. That's sort of who von Grimm is. Those are the interesting bits where he sort of ends up in that whole thing. We just had a bit of a victory there. Okay, good. Well, that's not going terrible, but not going very great. Now that we're here, what we're going to do is attack with these guys, attack with these guys. These guys, let's switch that ground attack to there. Okay, well, good. We're breaking through the other side. Down. Oh, should have back there. You get just back in. Future defeat. Where were we defeated? Antwerpen. What was this early division got there? Okay, well, fine. It is a fairly fortified location, so we're going to let that be the moment. We'll punch him down a bit. Naval HQ is fine, intercepts are fine. Probably accepted his job just to say that he was last year. Yeah, it could be, and it could have been he was in Berlin and didn't want to say no, if you know what I mean. The group of SS killers standing around him or something at the time. Quite possibly. I don't know that they were there or anything, but that's sure a possibility that he felt it was one of those opportunities that you couldn't possibly say no to. And hey, maybe it also gets you out of Berlin too, which might be good for the health as well. You can fall back to there. You keep coming on this way. So there's a million angry Soviets on the other side. There's two divisions of angry SS. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, those kind of things. And late in the war, those kind of things were happening. Okay, you push here towards Rotterdam. I think we're going to get into Amsterdam very fast. So yeah, you keep going there. Okay, let's save this. Hopefully this will work well. Fly the plane to fleet. Yeah, that would be true. Being a commander, you're more likely to get out. Well, we're going to keep these episodes sort of short, so we're going to be ending this, not the live stream, just the episode here. So I want to thank everyone for making it this far. I hope this look at the invasion of France is interesting in what can be done with Black Ice and Third Reich events. So see you next time for even more, yes, more Hearts of Iron. Hey guys, I got a little something in my eye that's bothering me, so I just want to rub some water through it. So I'll be back again just in a moment. So hang out. I'll be right back. Really is good HD. Yeah, we can talk a little bit about some of that. Actually, I'm going to make a, well, no, not right now. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice 11 point, well, just 11 with Third Reich events, and we are invading France, as you can see, and still invading Norway as well. And we're going to see how this is going with some of the stuff. One quick note, if you're going to play, and this has units of the Third Reich, great mod. One of the main things is they add all of these HQ icons here as headquarters. If you're going to be playing this and for infantry divisions, because these are infantry division headquarters, you really don't need to build HQ units for divisions. You really don't. You will get potentially through events in combat earn veteran HQs, which you can attach to more units that you want to be a bit more elite. But these guys are just otherwise standard stats HQs, but they have these really cool icons here. Now, just simply zoom out, and these icons, because this will be the top thing in the stack, will go to an infantry unit symbol. So, like, well, where's my panzer divisions and where's my infantry divisions? It's really easy, because if you can't keep track of all these different symbols. So you can just sort of use the mouse wheel and zoom in and out a little bit to keep track of what's going on here. Like here, we can see that the fish, their leave here, zoom in and out. So notice that fish is going in that direction, this fish is going in the other direction here. But so you have that, and that's the ability to see what's going on well. So it's a neat little sort of mix of history and effectiveness. Now we're going to shift a few of these forces up around here, because I don't think they're going to keep trying to push on the west wall at this point. Now we might be able to use them better. I don't plan on really trying to shove my head through the Maginot line here. Well, that's getting weak enough. We might just do that there again. I don't know. We'll see about that. Putting me up some, but we're making good progress. Right there. Do we want to push more into Namor? Those divisions are pretty shaky, so yeah. Let's add a. We can take this. Yeah, if we can take that, that would be good. Sometimes speed is what we want to do, is move deep, deep, fast, fast. Sometimes it's attack forces that are much stronger than us and we want to pin them in location. Sometimes we want to smash the forces. So it varies. We're just going to drive straight south with you. Portuguese trade agreement, desert training advance, nice. I'm not paying attention to research right now. Again, I don't plan on making this playthrough much past France, so that's the plan. So research beyond that is not a big concern. In these forces, I know last time we were just attacking with A division and that didn't work out so great, so it's just sort of the first division there, but now we got 3, one with engineers, so hopefully do a little better, pin them in location. Well, they've got a lot of good forces there, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop attacking with that division. This one here. We're going to move it by strategic redeployment to there, which will get there in June 6th later. So that won't be long, but it'll be like 2 or 3 days to reset up this artillery railway gun to shoot again, and we won't have the river attack penalty there. So hopefully that will be a much better attack. Hopefully. We got these guys to here. Yeah, these commandos are really good at going across rivers, so we'll attack that way. Normal there. You can just sort of support. But not the Netherlands, or I got Amsterdam, not the Netherlands. Oh, come on. Over there. What are we doing up here? We can't totally forget about operations up there. We'll attack those guys in the mountain. Okay, we've just won in Oslo. Very good. Hmm. Okay, build up infrastructure in Poland, or what had been Poland. We've lost the effects of the Baltic trade, or the trade up here, because we don't control that, and that's now in enemy hands. Okay, good. We're getting here. You come that way, you come that way. Now actually, you can think this is going to be, yeah, you come this way. No, you come, no, you can come here. Okay, well, yeah, we'll help you take out that. Beach. Okay, well. Now, if they come and get on the beach, it's not going to be that big of a problem unless there's a lot of horses. And what the Black Ice people figured out, yeah, okay, well, some people don't like when I do this, is digress and go back on it. If you played this game a long time ago, you may remember with For the Motherland and before, the AI did lots of invasion, and a lot of them were stupid. So they sort of programmed the AI not to do invasions, or stupid ones, but it turned out to not do invasions. So that's why the scripted invasions came about with Black Ice, so that they would, do a, Normandy type thing, do a, torch type thing, and all those things, Anzio, whatnot. Well, the Black Ice people in their testing, they're doing great work, people, figured out that marine units, if you give the AI or tell the AI to build marine units, they will use those marine units aggressively to invade. That's what we're probably seeing here. There's a marine unit coming in, and so they will do so. And now, and they're sort of, I think, somewhat careful trying to give them to Japan, to Britain, to America, so that the right nations, but have some marine units so that we will face some levels of invasion. Here it's fairly smart for the AI because it's coming in and it's messing with my plans. Now, if we owned Norway outright, it probably wouldn't be too smart because we just kill those units. And since it probably is a marine division or two, a couple of divisions probably aren't going to take things out too bad. So I'm not that worried. I don't think this is going to be a huge death stack coming in. If it's a huge death stack, it might have enough supplies to stay long enough to capture a port. But if it can't capture a port, and it's far enough away that they won't air supply it, and I don't think they can. I have seen the AI use air supply, rarely, but it has. So if it was closer, they might be able to. I don't know if it has air units that can air supply. So probably anything is going to die as long as you hold the ports, and that's good. It's like making Germany yellow, just not right. Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, it's what would have been good, because we don't have access to the combat AI because it's compiled into the exe file, and the AI, the EULA files that we do have access to, it works and we can go in and tweak them. But the combat one, if you had it out of the exe file, it would slow up running the systems in a huge magnitude, is my understanding. So everything would run so much slower, and that just wouldn't be appropriate with all of. Because again, if you don't know, Hearts of Iron 3 at least, and I think 4 as well, is a turn-based game. You don't realize it hardly because it's an hourly turn-based. So it's every hour the AI is figuring stuff out and then reevaluating it every hour. So that's a lot of processing cycles going on. What's that? Mark above 9 Megan. Oh, that you mean here? That I believe is a hospital. Yes, that is a hospital. That is a base hospital. So yeah, these are some of the building icons that they've added with black ice. So, but would have gone in instead of programmed the AI not to do the stupid invasion because throwing it, and it used to be, and this is I got in the habit of putting at least a division on a report because the AI would just throw in 6 divisions or something, and you could just sit back here and then crush those, and then rinse and repeat and just bleed Britain white. Well, those would actually almost make sense if, like, say, we were at war with the Soviet Union. So if they had just programmed in, don't do it, as Britain, don't do invasions unless Germany's at war with the Soviet Union, kind of thing. And that would have worked. I don't know how hard or easy it would have been to program that into it, because I'm not an AI programmer. Let's see here, we've got 52 hours. In 52 hours, we will start attacking somewhere here, presumably again, or move it up here if we take this province, one of the two. This is still troubling me here. Big stack. We're hitting it. Okay. Support that. When you say it's evaluating every area, you mean the AI is going through its movements and repeating them if agreed and changing it, that kind of thing. Yes, that's my understanding. Again, I'm not an AI programmer. I don't do everything, but you can see this, and you can see this in Hearts of Iron 4 as well. That this, so there is initiative. Again, I don't know all the technical details of this, but I know, I've read quickly over this, some of this years ago now, is that every hour it determines initiative, who's going first in that turn. And that's why sometimes you will see units both attacking and defending. Sort of, you'll see arrows going both ways because this unit coming down here was ordered to attack north, and this unit was ordered to attack north, south, whatever. And so they're both attacking at the same time. But otherwise, normally if you get in here, if that hasn't been triggered, you'll have like one unit defending and one unit attacking. What determines that is who had the initiative that turn to start that, and so it pins one unit into the defense and is attacking until that attack is over in some way, whether win or lose, or the AI decides, hey, the odds suck so bad because they're attacking a fortress or whatever. So it's constantly reevaluating everything. Oh yeah, that's part of the stuff in Hoi 4 too. To my understanding, it's the same thing. It's an updated version of the Paradox engine. I forget what it's called right offhand. But yeah, so it's an every hour kind of thing. So that is a turn. This is a turn-based game that appears, real time, but it's not a real time game. It's turn-based. It's not daily. It's hourly. Now, I don't know that they're reevaluating, like the idea, like some things I know are like monthly evaluation by the AI. Some things are probably daily, like trades, so some of the stuff is daily or whatever, or monthly or weekly or whatever, whatever the clocks are. And those are the things that I think we have better access to. So you just have to sort of deal with this. And sometimes, like, some of my playthroughs, was my last playthrough up here, so effing painful, is that the AI would attack, stop, attack, immediately attack, stop, immediately attack, stop, because it sees like a couple of divisions here, let's attack it, oh no, bad odds, stop, no, bad odds, stop, and it constantly, as a human player, wearing down, dealing with the AI starting attack, seeing that it's not good, stops, then let's see if it's good now. It's like almost every hour on the hour it was starting and stopping attack, or there's the delay between attacks. Yeah, so I mean, it may be like every 4 or 5 hours or whatever it was, but it was constantly in and out. So you'll see that kind of stuff going on as the game plays, both Hearts of Iron 4 and 3. Different in each one a little bit, yeah, but it's that kind of a thing. So keep that in mind. And that is part of what makes Hearts of Iron great, because there's not other games doing that. But it's also part of what makes it suck, is that it's having to do all of that, and that's not that easy to program, as far as I know. So there's a lot going on. And so when you get a game like Strategic Command, World War II or World War I, great games. Those are turn-based, every 2 weeks each side, back and forth. Human AI programming, planned out, works pretty good. Get more realistic results because it's sort of tagged for it. And yeah, and I don't think, again, I don't think the people at Matrix Slytherin really have the talents to make and the resources to make a HOI 4 or a HOI 3. It's a big undertaking, and I don't like all the. I like the seemingly change in direction in HOI 4 now with the last DLC. The step back. That's definitely an improvement. But I don't like a lot of I like this direction more a traditional war game. As opposed to a fantasy game with, hey, what if you bring back the Kaiser or other crap like that? Or the Tsar is back in Russia. Here's a whole event chain thing to do. Yeah, God, I don't like those things. This will move the HQs a little forward. So I don't like all their direction they're going with HOI 4. But there's just nobody else that can build this stuff. Yeah. Made it into there. Now that we're there, I'm just going to take the time because it's still going to be 26 hours. That's going on. Okay, I'm going to move this up. Well, not you. Sorry. You. What are your times? 50. Yeah, 51. Definitely. Going to move it. Well, railways all the way. Yeah, railways, those are good though. You heard in Vicky 3, they're basically removing warfare as a war game, or however you want to kind of call it. Which I'm not terribly in favor of, and I don't know what their main player bases are going to think of that. Might like it, I don't know. Yeah, I hear you. Maybe just a standard definition. Not really, so let's keep the armor units moving. Push it to that one. No, this. We're going to support that attack. No, support it because we don't want to quite abandon that province yet because we haven't moved up enough. Try to move up a few more follow along units. Oh yeah, like HOI 4 is. It just, man, there's a few good quality of life. Like one thing I'd love a quality of life improvement that I could just like set these, and like I'm setting it to what is needed, but I wish I could have a setting not the sort of generic big settings up here, what to emphasize, but just to be able to set upgrades to what's needed, and it would just automatically float to this number, and automatically float to, you know, any one of these I could set to what's needed, and it would float at that number if I wanted to. I would. So there's a lot of little things. I would have loved one more good DLC for Hoi 4 before they ended work on it. I mean Hoi 3. Sorry. Yeah, they're coming here. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. So what we can do now here is let's stop, cancel convoy. Now we want to create a convoy, create a supply convoy. We want to come out of, let's come out of Kiel sounds good, and we're going to go straight to Oslo. That way we're running supplies here. Yeah, they can still intercept, but it's a little less, a little deeper in than to intercept. Coming down to deal with the beach invasion there, that they may get ashore here, but like I say, if it's just a Marine brigade, I'm going to do fine. Thing about the game, the frame rate is not just great to be default. Yeah. We might as well join this battle and continue that way. Okay, we are through here. Let's push into Harlem. Doing something good. You're not, but you're shattered. So. If they're attacking into there, I can't strategically redeploy in that dam. Okay, well. There's any difference between garrison units and regular infantry? Yes, a lot of difference. All kinds of differences. Everything is different about them. And you can just go, you go look through here and see their stat. You know, how good they are at attacking. They're definitely slower. They're cheaper in manpower. They're cheaper in build cost. So you can build them cheaper. So if you want less, you want to use up less manpower and use up less ICs to build port defending units. Yeah, you do garrisons. You want to do suppression work. Use either military police or SD units here in Black Ice. Suppress revolts, and use garrisons mostly like for. I have some along the west wall here that are going to later guard these ports as being these part of the defense. It's good to still have some infantry divisions, especially if the AI is going to be doing this, because just parking a garrison here, we can probably shift that out. And so you probably want a few reaction forces that are good, but you won't need to stack like 2 good infantry divisions per garrison or per port or something like that. Yeah, all of that kind of stuff. And with Black Ice, there's two garrison types, and they're just size. Garrison and garrison detachment, 3,000 men, 800 men. and you know, so a little cheaper. Um, and so yeah, that'll a quick attack will take that down, but partisans won't. And it's meant to be a speed bump. This is a bit more than a speed bump, but a big, you know, a big 3 or 4 divisions attacking into port will take it. But if you have, you know, like you can have back here a couple of infantry divisions and then garrison divisions all along, you know, on the coast here, and wherever the attack is, you just move the infantry divisions to deal with it. Now, if it's a major D-Day thing, well, it's still going to overrun. So by that point, you better have some armor units and whatnot to deal with the D-Day. You know, you know the history. So it's definitely things like that. Land. No, it's not an SS unit. If you think so, it's just an elite German unit. They've made it to the beach. Now we're going to use these guys to support attack, but we're not going to leave the. Yeah, it looks like it's just one Marine division, and that'll easily be taken care of. The British one that was turned over to Belgian service and then for some reason decided to be used to attack up there, but okay. Whatever. Not really sure why all that happened that way, but that's sort of what is happening. Okay. On me has made it to there. We specifically built this division to be fairly fast, using regular armor instead of light armor, but we got self-propelled artillery, so it's going pretty quick. We use proper German army trucks, not just civilian transport, and it has a veteran HQ attached, which I sort of planned, so it's pushing in deep here and fast. Okay, so they're coming to there. We will. And see, I'm constantly pushing down here to keep them from getting forces into Paris. We're going to push with these guys down like that. These guys I want to break through here. We'll keep moving. We got the guys tied up back here. Okay, you strike down. I don't want to get too deep into there. I want to keep pushing towards Paris. Keep them a bit worried about that. And an NSKK unit is transport. Marine hull. I'm not really paying attention to that. Research. A little bit. Here. Okay. Now that you're stopped attacking, let's try to get that unit over here. Well, just 20 hours. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna do it because we're still making decent progress here. Taking a while, but we gotta push our way through there as well. This is slowly grinding down. I knew it would be a bitch. I thought it was going to happen here, but it's happening there. Major victory somewhere where I'll invest on. Okay, we just got there. Okay, good. Now, run, 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 run. Yeah, go that way. That way. Nice motorized division. Show us your speed. You're here with some divisions, so let's armor. Armor helped a lot on things. Cutting this force off here wouldn't be a bad idea, so let's move you to there. Support the attack there. You're going to attack there to keep them from counterattacking. That get everybody doing everything but you. And you are a defensive guy, so we're going to let you be defensive there. Hey, we just got there. Great. We're going to keep pushing there. No, you come to there. Okay, Leapstandarte made it to here. Good for you. We're going to push there, so these guys are going to come down through here, I think, and come that way. They're all moving somehow. Good. Let's see about moving a few more of these divisions this way. They'll be more useful in the interior. Nothing else, just holding open my... Okay, we've captured the heavy water plant up here in Norway and got the effects for it. Or that will be happening. Okay, you support that attack. You push up against those guys. Once you're there, swing around that way. Oh, well, now I don't want to quite leave that ungarrisoned. Yeah, eventual death for the beans there. Got that. They're bombing me. Big deal. Well, let's push. Well, and we got fighter cover. Great. We'll mess with their bombers. Hello, Mr. Catcup. How you doing? How's your new year going? Okay, I'm going to maybe be stupid. I'm going to stop these attacks that are going on here, because I now have a bit wider of a reach, and I don't really want to shatter these forces, and there's not much left, and if they try to counterattack, I don't think they're going to do too good against me, so I'm more comfortable. Glad you're pleased. Yeah, well, they are counterattacking, but we'll see how that goes. I'll it. Premature, but well, we'll see. Our way still. Yeah, you're pushing against a lot. Yeah, they're getting. That's all. Not just a capital, but a victory point. So if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube and hit the follow button on Twitch. Love to see you back more often. These guys are here. Very good. Okay. You attack up there. You jump now. You join that attack. Push down that way. You push into there. Now you're being hit flank. Oh, Rare's Dan. I play already windowed. Okay, well, have you tried Hearts of, or have you tried the Black Ice 11 or 11.1 yet? It is much more stable. They've got with their tricks, and if you go through do the instructions right, I have yet to make a tutorial video. I plan on making one. Just reasons, things happening. But I haven't yet. That get rid of 350, at least 350 megabytes of active memory. We're not talking disk storage. We're talking active memory that's not used, which helps your processing. A lot of things. It's just so much more stable than anything recent out of them. I'm not talking necessarily more stable out of good versions that are from years ago, but the new stuff. Oh, it's so much more stable. They're doing miracles on that. So I don't know, unless you have a really bad computer or are doing something wrong in your install process, it should be stable, reasonably so, not in every 5-minute crashes. So much better. Don't know what to do about a computer that's too old. It's problematic, other than upgrade, and that's not good timing to do so now. But other than that, I really there's a lot of tips and things to make sure you're doing right on the Black Ice website. I'm going to try to come through that one down there. And if you do that, it'll be a great game to play. At least I find it so. How cool looking the M2030's tanks are, and how interesting to see the Frank tanks. That I forgot to ask if there's armored cars in the mod. Yes, there are armored cars, for sure. Let me save this just in case. It isn't perfectly stable. I mean, there's still problems, especially if you're alt tabbing in and out of the game a lot. It can be a bit of a problem for me. I do play it full windowed. And I'm also, right now have a lot of stuff going on recording this, the game, broadcasting the game, because I'm both recording and broadcasting. And I'm watching, the video coming back to see how that's going and watching your chat. So I've got a lot of other processes going on in my system, so things aren't as super stable as they could be because of stresses like that, but still, so I do that. So, here so far we got, armor, light armor, motorized units, infantry types. Then we have support, smaller sized, heavy armor, light armor, battalion. These are battalion size or bigger than battalions, but they're not full brigades of units. You got mixed supports. I do want to make a tutorial on this. You got all this types of artillery: pack artillery, rockets, self-propelled, heavy, medium, just standard, not really light. Assault guns, and then down here, for you got armored cars for reconnaissance, motorcycles. With this, it'd sort of be like Jeeps for America or something. Then you got Recon Calvary, it's called. This would include bicycle troops and even foot, like Fusiliers, that foot recon type units that would move a little faster than standard infantry, but not use trucks or fuel. So this is a non-fuel using unit. And then, of course, for flavor units, you have some of the SS stuff, and they'll be getting more of the SS versions coming as time goes on. Right now, they're just showing up as events. They're not a buildable unit yet properly, the Waffen SS units. So you just have a few are available yet. More internal security. So there's a lot of those type of units within the game, and then big battleships, pocket battleships, long-range submarines, coastal submarines, and then they have an electric boat that the Germans were getting into just at the end of the war that are very hard to see, things like that. So yeah, some are just flavor units, but some of the units do have different stats. There are also guards units for the Soviets. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the mod. I highly, if you like detailed games, I highly recommend Black Ice. Highly recommend it. If you want a more simplistic setup, maybe Black Ice isn't for you. And it's not, I like, or love, or whatever you want to say, love games like Order of Battle and Panzer Corps, Panzer Corps and Panzer Corps 2. Love those games. They're great games. I also love like War in the East and War in the East 2, Gary Grigsby's, and I've not played War in the West or War in the Pacific, just War in the East 1 and 2. I played that. Love those games too. Something like War in the East, especially if you're playing the Grand campaign, that's a lot of detail to handle. It's a lot of stuff every turn. You got to dig into it. It takes a long time to play it. Jump into Panzer Corps, jump in, play some battles. It's not as realistic, absolutely not, but it's fun. It gets the flavor of the event. You know, it's fun to play. It isn't a detailed war game. It isn't, you know, some of the, you know, like War in the East. So you need to, you know, so I don't look down at people who either don't have the time to learn something like War in the East, or even, you know, Black Ice, or just, you know, sometimes you just want to play for half an hour or an hour or two or whatever, and totally complete an operation. You don't want to be stuck at it for days before you get the end of the result of the thing. So, because before I started doing YouTube, and yeah, I was modding so often, replaying, but when I wanted to play for myself, I'd play a game and they would be 2 or 3 versions of newer Black Ice out. If I'm just playing for months and just playing detailed slowly, it just super slow, and I was just enjoying the hell out of it. Just taking a long time and playing it. Now, it would be very, very boring to watch. I mean, I slow up more because I'm talking with you guys here, and I hope that's interesting that I'm talking to you. But, you know, really slow up and play detailed. I love that. That's great. But there's a bunch of people that won't want to spend 6 months, literally, you know, not like playing 8 hours a day, but just as you're playing it, you know, whether it's an hour a day or 4 hours a day or whatever, depending on the day. It takes 6 months to play through the, you know, Hoi 3 game. That wasn't unusual for me. And then start again. Because 6 months later, you know, yeah, you've invaded Paris, but that was 6 months ago. So, you know, invaded France. So yeah, you know, or whatever, you know, you're coming around to it again. So you're playing a couple of games of it a year or something in a way, if you're playing slowly. And so it depends on the type of war game you want to play. And so, you know, it's just which way you want to go with any of these games. And it just varies. And you know, it's like I say, it's, you know, how much time and effort you want to put into it. It's not how smart you are, in my opinion. And there's a lot of games that I like and maybe would love if I took the time to dig deep into it, but I just don't have the time to play everything that's out there that I might want to. And then of course there's affording games, you know, how much you can afford, because there's lots and lots of games out there. You know, Ponce's campaign in Rome Total War that recorded most of it, and it took months, and I haven't finished it. Yeah, exactly, that kind of thing, like that. And I would go Total War as a faster game than some, you know, in playing in the detail. Not that it's super fast, but it's faster than some. So yeah, it just you got to find the game that suits what you want to play. And some stuff like this, I want to play detailed and I love it. And then other things, yeah, you know, it's, you know, Strategic Command World War II, Strategic Command World War One. You know, it's a simpler game, but it's still a, you know, a major strategy game, and it's good. And there's room for both in the marketplace. There's room for both in players who want to play these type of things. Yeah, and things can go that way, and it can be fun. Well, I think I'm going to try to look this out. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of building up things and managing stuff. Okay, well, maybe we'll move again. They're probably going to attack again. Okay, they're probably going to attack again. So let's just see if I can pin this force here through the gap here. One of these guys are going good. You know, I get your whole point with that. Units and commanders, you sort of remember, oh, they did well in this battle or that battle, and I mean, it happens with this, in my opinion. Okay, let's. These guys are moving fast, almost too fast, but I want to keep them going. Keep the enemy off balance. Mobilizing. And this, I've never played it, literally never really played it this way, but let me just go down. Need there. You can, with these fronts, you can turn this to AI running this theater and just sit back and watch the AI fight the AI, even in Hoi 3. I wouldn't recommend it really with Black Ice, but it can be done. And that's really the feeling of what I see them doing for Hoi 4. But we've got 8 hours until that attack can start. So let's just tell you to get going. Now, as soon as you're there, when are you going to? Oh, 1 hour. Yeah, you start that attack and we've got here. Very good. Push into there with that. And you're a standard division, so I think we're going to wait to attack with you, and we're going to hit here with you. Okay, you're pushing there. Okay. Yeah, that kind of thing. It does, and if you pay attention, which a lot of people will, it's fun, I think. And if you also know the history, sometimes you know the histories of the units of what they did in, real life, and not that you. Sometimes you might try to replicate the events, or you just sort of playing, hey, this is a known unit. Okay, so we've pushed into here. These guys are being, okay, they're being sort of slowed up here. I want to get to Paris. I want to push up there, and I want to keep pushing down here. Well, let's hit them where they ain't. Let's hit them where they're weak. And that should be hitting back there. Hit these guys here. Yeah, we are hopefully moving these guys in to fill in the gap. Thanks, Arno. I'm trying to make this a good blitzkrieg. Good. Well, France won't surrender very easily. I have definitely taken the sort of the Vichy option to form a Vichy that will happen, but it's still going to take it. You've got to get the surrender progress down here. See, their surrender progress at 5. It's going to have to get down to 0. So you're going to have to take Paris. You're going to have to take a bunch of the other victory points, whether along the Maginot Line, but normally for me it's out in this area here. and pushing in. So you're going to have to take all of this. You can use intelligence here, and you can, which I have not, you can see, but put in a bunch of spies and disrupt national unity. That will bring it down, yeah, and make it easier to capture. That would be a good option. I just don't spend too much time playing in the intelligence war kind of thing. So there's a lot of depth to this game. If you're, this game has problems. Like I say, one really good DLC is sort of at the end could have really made this game a great, truly great game. Black Ice is, I quite honestly not terribly fond of standard Hoi 3. It's Black Ice that what they've done is I love. So yeah. About that. How long until? Okay, 4 hours until you join the battle. Wow. Then one good. Okay. Crushing them Dutchies. You have extra rockets, so you can join that. Hopefully that will be heard on. Okay, well now that we have these guys in action with their Siegfried 380mm railway gun and heavy artillery and stone pioneer infantry and everything else. Hopefully that division is artillery. Put one more of these guys out and around. Is there, but yeah, okay. And I can come back to here. Means that no. Around. So which DLC is most important? Hello, Warrenut. Well, if if you're going to especially if you get it on sale, this is Hearts of Iron 3. If you get it on sale, it's pretty cheap. I mean, very cheap. And to play Black Ice, you need the three main DLCs: the For the Motherland, Their Finest Hour, and Semper Fi. You don't need all the other. And actually, they now you can't. They've improved it enough that you can't play, and it is an improvement that you can't play with sprites, so you don't need those. You don't need the other flavor DLCs. Some of those are good, but they're not set up to work with Their Finest Hour, so don't bother with those unless it comes in a pack that's cheap. Then fine, but doesn't matter. So yeah, you need the three main DLCs to play Hoi or to play Black Ice, and it's worth it. The money ain't big nowadays. To get it, especially if it's on sale. But even if it's not on sale. The money ain't big for them, so get them. It's the only really good way to play. Um, Hoi 3 is with black ice, in my opinion. There are other good mods, but just not good enough to make it worth playing them. And thank you, Arna. All of you doing something? No, you are not. Okay. I mean, rocket artillery doesn't help that much on going after fortifications, but does help hit a little harder. We don't affect the road sign. Well, I don't know which one you're talking about. But yeah. The division symbols are cool. I like them. But, you know, again, I like the NATO, so I can zip out and see. And it does sort of help you learn what the division symbols mean, and you end up not having to zoom out after a while as much. But it's not anything like you gotta alt tab or you know, click on some other menu item to figure out what they mean. It's just simply you just, you know, do the mouse wheel and you're good. You don't even have to click on them, or you know, obviously you can click on them too. Let's attach you to an HQ. So yeah, so for me it's good and handy, and I like it. Okay, you keep pushing. We're gonna now send you up towards Paris. Moving this way. Yep, division. Okay. Yeah, that's here. There we go. Yep. Oh, looks like a British road sign, I guess, to me. Oh, a bunch of units not doing anything. Okay. When you attack down into there, you attack down into there. You is this is sort of meant to have like von Rundstedt visiting the front of this division, so he has a lot of special bonuses. So we're going to use that to go after the city there. I think we want to get around behind that. Yeah, just keep pushing towards Calais. Okay, well, good. I'll pay attention to that some other time, maybe. How we do? You're pushing there. Okay, you're about ready to collapse, so you're going to stop your attack. Yeah, major defeat, big deal. That's going to take care of that. You come up to there. You come up to that way. You come up that way. You're holding there. I haven't risked moving more units out. We'll up here. Oh, we can. Okay, what is our? Okay, these guys are all in good shape. So you come back down to here. It's gonna be. Oh no, not that one, not that fast. Come on, guys. Get back to here. We'll get a few more of these mountain units here, and we're just straight up to Oslo. That'll be better. We're gonna pay attention anymore to research. maybe if we continue this, but I'm going to get ready to start playing over again with um, oh well, I don't know about the other submods. Hopefully soon. We like fuel. Yeah, you can have fuel. I'll get more fuel. I'll get more fuel as I capture these nations. There, keep moving. We've broken through here. Very good. Bit there. You got heavy armor. Okay, good. You punch in through that energy. Okay. Keep focused on Paris. Hmm. I'm not sure which one you're talking about here. Um, like here. Well, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying here. This is trying to sort of be historical, though these brigades are a bit big. Yeah. I've added the von Kleist leader to this unit. That's a sort of his special attention to this division. You can swap this unit to different units in different divisions. What you're seeing here is to sort of represent the armor heavy numbers here. It's a little too big. So to some degree, this is sort of flavor. You have to sort of take all this into account. So this is 2 regiments of light panzers, a battalion, but obviously it's bigger than a battalion. It's not quite a brigade, but proper brigade, but it's a lot of motorized infantry, almost 4,000, some artillery, motorized engineers, and trucks. So yeah, I hear you. It shouldn't be quite that high, but it's that kind of thing. Um, and they're trying to represent what these things were like then. Like playing the Ardennes offensive, and I'm going to get back to playing some more of that soon. Just Christmas and things have been interrupting me considerably. And okay, you joined that attack there. Extra artillery. Um, so I haven't quite been doing what I want to do, but that game much better. Much better represent the detailed reality of particular units and things. This you got to give it slack, and for what we're trying to do. You can hit in there. You're a bit slower. You keep moving forward. Those guys are going to keep moving forward. Okay, well, we've taken out those Marines that landed. So those kind of units are going to be a nuisance, which is maybe good for your game. But you sort of need to pay attention to that. You know, being raided by Marine raiders is looking to be a big thing now with Black Ice, which is good, like I say. Well, guys, I think we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank you so much. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. I hope I'm earning that. We will be continuing looks, whether this playthrough, I don't know. I do want to see if we can take Paris, but it'll be obviously not this episode. And then eventually we're going to be in one format or another starting again, and I'm hoping to be playing both Hearts of Iron 3 and 4 much more for all of you, so you can get your preferred game this coming year. So thank you so much. And with Hearts of Iron 4 particularly, I'm going to be trying out, I know there's already a World of Blaze out. I just couldn't quite get things organized up enough to do that today. But we'll be doing that as well as other mods as they get ready for you know, a no step back with the new railway mechanics and other things. So I want to thank everyone so much for being here. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron. Okay, like, yeah, I may be wrong, but the biggest difference you did German one to yeah, unless the invasion of France. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's, you know, this here. Okay, Leibstandarte Adolf Hitler at this time was a sort of a regiment, but it was a super reinforced regiment. Well, what are they going to do? They want to create a special unit that has special stats for Leibstandarte. And so it's a big unit, and it becomes sort of a super division eventually. So do you make 5 of these damn things and constantly swap them out and all that work, and then if you have 5 different special Leibstandartes, when you come in and do infantry techs here and upgrade all these things, you see the big long list, you can't even see it. It's going to be so much freaking work to get it to work, to have a Leibstandarte at each of its stages of growth. So they just have this one sort of supersized brigade that has the, you know, step, that's key symbol in there. And that's what it is. Similarly for Grossdeutschland, it was a regiment at this time, Infantry Regiment Grossdeutschland, but it was a super regiment. It wasn't a standard regiment. I've added a couple of additional units attached to this, bigger than what would come normally here. And so, yeah, it's the size of a super division. You know, what are you going to do? Do you just not have this? Do you, like I say, have 4 versions of that as you go along, as it gets bigger? You know, so you're right about the size of units, but I think this is doing a good job. It's not doing a great job, and I've reinforced this with the Pioneer Battalion and the Artillery Battalion. So it's not perfect, but I think it's doing a good job. What's going to do? Well, I think, guys, I'm going to end the stream today while I'm still doing well here. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back for War Thunder. Hope you want to join me. We'll be driving tanks. You guys can actually play along with me if you want. It's a free-to-play game, so we'll play some entry-level stuff if that's all you got. At least a few missions. if we can get everything going good. So hope to see you tomorrow. Be back next weekend live streaming, and of course stuff on the YouTube channel, hopefully every day. We'll see. I haven't quite told you what's going on, Arno. There was a bunch of other stuff going on. I can talk to you some other time. We'll see what's going on. So thanks everyone. See you next time.